I'm here with James Dexter. James, we've just heard a little bit about the Debt of Honour exhibition. I understand you have a very personal story associated with this story. Can you tell us about that?
Certainly. It's a story that I've grown up with from childhood because my father was one of the commandos on Timor. He was the commander of A platoon. And from my childhood, he would tell stories. They weren't the stories of daring do or killing people. They were generally the stories of the Timorese people, in particular the criados. He had two criados, Maluli and Murtakar, and I, as a young child growing up in India and Canberra, always assumed that they were my elder brothers who'd be joining us sometime. Of course, sadly, that was never to be because they were to die, executed by the Japanese in the Holocaust that followed the withdrawal of Australians. But I think it's that debt of honour, which at this much more late stage in my life, I can feel that I'm paying a little bit, because there's no doubt that I owe my existence to the support the Timorese gave the Australians. My father was saved on numerous occasions by the criados, warning him of the Japanese attacking or things like that. But the stories he told were very much more those of the funny things often, things like the criados lacing the corn that they gave to the Australians with chili, and the Australians sort of finding for the first time what chili was like, and then running after them into the bush to give them a kick up the bum, and the criados killing themselves laughing. So those kind of issues. But I can remember my father sort of getting a bit, his voice would go a little bit weak and his eyes a bit moist when he's talking about the final thing on Batano Beach, where they've got the blazing fires of the supplies they're dumping. They're being taken off by the ships, and they realise that the criados are not going to come. And he talks about Maluli crying and saying, Tuan, Filafali, Tuan, come back. I don't suppose Australians came back for a long, long time. I think the second, especially those in WA, have done a lot to come back to support that debt. But I think what I hope this exhibition will make Australians understand why the destinies of these two nations are so intertwined. Australia did go out on a limb in 1999 to support East Timor or Timor-Leste, and I think it's, that is part of that debt, and to understand the complexity and understand that even in war there are some very positive and remarkable emotions and relationships that survived for the life of those people that were involved.